Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, so let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price chart. So one thing that I've been noticing with the price chart is, hey, we are regaining strength on the weekly at around a major support zone that we've been trailing on. For example, I'll show you guys real quick. So we've just been riding this wave here. And I actually like it because recently, going all the way back to pretty much January 30th when we started to break out, we rode this area as support. Now, yes, recently we did have this scam price action below EMAs to make people think that, hey, we're going much lower, but guess what ended up happening? We regained strength, and now we're just kind of riding that wave yet again. Now, what I've been mentioning and what I've mentioned in my last previous video on Casper is the fact that we've been trailing sideways for well over 290 days. And the most insane thing about this is that when this does expand to the upside, it has a long way to go. And I said it, as we do trail sideways, the more that we go, the higher that we go. And right now, I'm just watching this pretty much trail here. I would love to make 4 cents the new major support zone. I would love to hold around this like almost 4 cent zone. That way we could have continuation to the upside. But one level that I've been watching so close is 5.5 cents. I do believe that once we break over 5.5 cents, the party is really going to start. And the next level is basically 10 cents. From even today's price action, 10 cents, or at least the level that I'm looking at, is a 143% gain on Casper. And again, I think that that is just the beginning, because after that, once we break over that level, I do think that we will see almost 20 cents pretty quickly, which again, from today's price action, this is almost a 4x gain. So I'm watching Casper very close right now, especially as everything is developing. I do think that we will just continue to trail sideways and kind of just pretty much trade within this slight uptrend that we've been doing for since going all the way back to like December. But ultimately speaking, we've been in an uptrend since going all the way back to June of last year. So with that, let's take a look at a few other things. So one thing that we are all waiting for is the big 25 million patent NFTs coming to Casper. We do see over here from Kevin Cage, as we know, Casper will be launching 25 million patent NFTs, IP, patents, licenses with IPWE on Casper Network. Now, the biggest thing about this is the estimated value behind it, $7 to $10 billion, and I'll talk about why that's very interesting. But we do see they won the award for Best Enterprise Blockchain Project last month at Paris Blockchain Week. This is the largest enterprise blockchain deployment in history. An estimated $7 to $10 billion in value will be tokenized and traded on Casper. Do you think this deployment will affect the Casper price? Now, I think that if you are not voting yes on this, or if you're not even thinking that it's a yes, which by the way, if you guys think that this will impact the price, comment down below. But I do think that this will impact the price because this is $7 to $10 billion. Remember, today's market cap is only $400 and almost $50 million. We're not even at $500 million in market cap, even going off the fully diluted market cap. So think about when 10 or even $7 billion worth of NFTs get tokenized on Casper, what that's going to do. It's going to be very, very interesting. And we are watching it very closely, waiting patiently for this, because this is going to be a huge deal, especially on a network that, like I said, doesn't even have $500 million worth of market cap. Now, also, remember what I've been mentioning around Casper and around Hedera and around other tokens. What do I personally love? I love retail use cases. We finally have Casper Punks launching out on Casper. This is very exciting as well. We do see, don't miss the Casper Punks Gen 1 mint. It's almost here. To make sure you're ready, 3,000 Casper per mint. Check wallet eligibility. Also, fund your whitelist wallet with Casper. Be ready on April 6th. This is going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC. More about the minting process here, and you guys are more than welcome to go check this out. But I'm very excited for this. I personally think that the artwork around this is very nice. Again, this is very similar to like Crypto Punks and stuff like that. But I'm very excited for this because, first off, Casper, we know, has upgradable smart contracts, which means NFTs on Casper has that upgradable option. So I do think that this is going to be a very exciting project. It's going to be the first major project that is released on Casper around NFTs, and their roadmap looks pretty solid. I actually really like their roadmap. There's actually a game coming. There's a lot of things happening around this project, so I'm very excited for this. And so far, I think that the graphics and what we are seeing around the artwork and even their website is pretty high quality. I mean, it's some of the most high quality, looks that I've seen from an NFT project in a very long time. So I'm very excited for this. And here you guys have a few things to expect in Q2 as well as Q3 of this year around Casper Punks. Like I said, they are building out that major game. They also have a DAO coming. There's a lot of things happening. So very excited for this project. Definitely go check them out over on Twitter, CasperPunks_. I'm very excited for this project, like I said, and I think that this is just the beginning for a lot of NFT projects on Casper. I know that there's Casper Tigers and stuff like that, but I think that this is like a much more in-depth project than anything that we've seen so far on Casper, and I do think that this opens the door of opportunity for a lot more projects to launch out on Casper. Now also DeFi, so staking. So far there's been a lot of problems with staking on Casper simply because a lot of the validators are hitting their maximum amount because there's so many people staking Casper. I mean, it's like over 70+% of the total supply staked away, which again is a huge catalyst for the price to increase as well. But we do see Mistra. Stake with Mistra's eco-friendly validator and receive more than just Casper rewards. From day one, you gain benefits on the platform and much more. Learn about our validator here. So I recently seen this come up on my timeline. I followed them because I think this looks very cool. I mean, from the graphic perspective, again, very solid design work. Also, here you guys have the membership cycle. This is everything that you could basically expect if you are going to stake on this validator. Again, I personally am staking Casper. I just think that it's an opportunity of a lifetime to earn 10+% on Casper when we know at some point in time, and I personally believe that we will see $1+. Like the amount of Casper that I've earned in the last couple weeks and even months alone, once we hit $1, I'm very satisfied, and also happy that I've been staking Casper. But definitely look into a lot of the validators. If you guys don't know how to stake Casper, I highly suggest you go check out Kevin Cage's video on staking Casper. I personally utilized his video to actually help myself, and it's been a very in-depth video that I've been recommending to a lot of people who want to stake Casper. So definitely go check that out over on Kevin's YouTube channel. Now, the biggest news that a lot of people were really kind of looking at and very bullish about, which is Casper joining the World Economic Forum Global Innovators Community as blockchain and digital assets partner. So this is pretty interesting. Now, mind you, when we talk about the World Economic Forum and as we look at things happening around the World Economic Forum, there's a lot of things involved with what they're doing with blockchain technology. There's also a lot of adoption happening from WEF, if you will, WEF, if you will. And I think that this is a very good thing. I think that it really kind of puts Casper on the map. I also think that there's so many incredible projects tied to the World Economic Forum that, again, this gives me a lot of confidence in what Casper is doing. And we do see this is a critical time for educating organizations on the true scope of blockchain's transformative business potential. Then we do see many leaders still see blockchain as a cryptocurrency-specific technology and aren't aware of the increasingly diverse ways it's being implemented to solve business problems, many of which have nothing to do with digital assets. We're committed to working with the impressive group that the World Economic Forum has assembled to change the narrative around this important technology, all while continuing to make it more broadly accessible to the people around the world. So very interesting, very excited to see. And we do see we are delighted to engage Casper Labs in our blockchain and digital assets initiatives, where Casper Labs can provide important perspectives on the benefits and risk of technologies such as non-fungible tokens and contribute to discussions on central bank digital currency exploration. So very interesting that they are going to be working with them on CBDC exploration, which you guys already know my idea around CBDCs. I don't like them, but hey, if I'm going to be investing in technology that's going to support them, hopefully we can have technology and the technology leaders around the space protect our rights around privacy as well as maintain control of our currency as well. But definitely interesting to see, pretty exciting to see it as well. And we actually do see over here from the X Frontier, Casper Labs joins the World Economic Forum Global Innovators Community. This is an invitation-only group of the world's most promising startups. Casper Labs will lead efforts to ensure equity, interoperability, transparency, and trust in the governance of DLT. Casper will provide perspective on benefits and risk of NFT tech, plus contribute to discussions on CBDCs. This is in addition to Casper Labs already working closely with Working Group 1 of the World Economic Forum Crypto Sustainability Coalition on energy and sustainability. One thing to note, Casper isn't paying to be listed on exchanges or paying enterprises to use their tech. Companies and organizations are seeking out Casper Labs. Enterprises and elite organizations like these will lead the way for blockchain adoption. And here we have a few things around this. So this partnership is just the beginning, more to come. Hey Joe, what are the conditions to be approved and listed by Google Cloud in their catalog? Is there any criteria to respect any price to pay? Does Google choose the blockchain they host, or can any blockchain that provides scripts terraform and be listed as a partner? I asked this because we have seen recently that Avalanche and Tezos have also announced this news. If Google chooses which blockchain they support, that's a very good thing. If any blockchain can be part of this catalog, it's not the same impact. And then we have a response saying they reached out to us and they knew who we were. So to Matt's point, it's not for all layer ones, I would say. And yeah, I don't think that Casper's trying to pay for anything. I also think that's the number one reason why we aren't on major exchanges. Like, we're on a few exchanges, don't get me wrong. But like, where's Coinbase? Where's Binance? Where's like these large exchanges? Most of those exchanges, it's sad but true, strong arm projects into paying to get listed on their platform because, again, most of those projects know that, hey, if I get listed on Binance, the price is going to skyrocket. If I get listed on Coinbase, the price is going to skyrocket, etc. So I'm very excited, though. I think that there's still a lot of opportunity for Casper to get listed on some of these large exchanges, and it's only a matter of time. I mean, listen, what Casper is doing cannot be ignored. I think that a lot of the things around what's happening with Casper right now, a lot of people are ignoring it, but we've seen this happen in the past. People ignored ADA. People ignored Solana. I mean, people will ignore these projects that are doing incredible things, that are branching out constantly, that are building out solid applications. And again, remember, like, as we look at the enterprise grade sector, there's over $400 billion worth of market to really kind of reach, and we do see like $403.9 billion global enterprise application market report 2022 to 2027. Players include Accenture, Fujitsu, Infosys, and IBM. Like, when we look at the overall growth within this area, I think that's only a matter of time until we start to see this continue to grow, continue to expand. And again, I focus on the technology leaders around this space that are helping the enterprise grade sector to not only build, but also source the technology that they demand to, one, scale their business workflows, digitize their workflows, tokenize their workflows. Like, those are what we are focused on. And I do believe that as we look at this entire space, some of the best projects that we've talked about on this channel focused on enterprise are Hedera. We'll talk about Casper as well, obviously. Like, Casper is the big name. But then we also do talk about Ripple. I mean, we talk about a lot of these major projects and companies that are focused on enterprise grade applications. But when we look at what's happening first, it's going to be the ones that have, you know, the technology that these enterprises need in order for them to continue to innovate, continue to build, and continue to, you know, really innovate beyond the means of what they have right now. And again, the technology stack behind Casper, which I've broken down many times on this channel, screams mass adoption from the enterprise grade sector, because that upgradable smart contract perspective, that's a game changer compared to what we have in this market right now. But I also think that Casper is definitely leading the way on a lot of things right now. You know, we mostly are focused on Casper 2.0 coming. We're also focused on a few things launching on Casper. I think the main thing right now is everyone's waiting for these 25 million patent NFTs to go live on Casper. We have been waiting patiently. We continue to see updates from Casper on these. They constantly mention it. So we are just sitting back, waiting patiently for this. I do think that when that does happen, I also think that it will affect the price. I also think that any major listing from exchanges will boost the price very fast, possibly to the 10-cent zone, maybe even to like the 20-cent zone. But like, the crazy thing is that, you know, for the most part, that 20-cent zone, like this 20 to 24, 25-cent zone from November of 2021, this is really the only major price action that we know of before the ICO came out and the downtrend began. So when we actually look at the overall price action of Casper, technically speaking, we are only about a 4x, almost a 5x away from going into price discovery from the idea of not focusing on ICO price action. But then, yes, we do have the $1.33 price zone, which is, if you go over to CoinMarketCap, the all-time high that they mentioned, which is actually $1.36, which is interesting. But hey, I will take $1.36 on Casper. And if anybody is sitting out there saying, oh, it's only $1.36, I want you guys to know that $1.36 from today's price action is still a 32x opportunity run. If you've been accumulating the range, which I mentioned, like everyone should be accumulating the range, even in between the middle, you know, this is still a 41x opportunity run, but if you bought the bottom, it's almost a 50x run. I am totally fine with us just going to that level. But hey, if we go into price discovery and we go even higher, yeah, I do think that we could possibly see a 100x opportunity run from that bottom range. But with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, because definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.